Hi everyone, this is Bob for a new episode of Oranda Power, and this is an update of the aquarium. So remember, there was a leak recently, but the leak has been sealed, and now we are looking back at the aquarium a few days or even a week later, I believe. So everything is becoming normal again. I do see weird behavior coming from the goldfish, which is that they chase the other fish around, but so far they haven't done any damage, and they don't really seem to be trying to eat them. They are only like playing a game, and all the other fish seems to be fairly like used to it. So for example, the gold barbs don't really get that much effect, and I haven't lost any fish or saw any sign of stress on any of the fish. So the gold barb, as you can see, are having nice coloration again. As you can see, really bright red fins, orange colors and everything. So yeah, the new flake food is actually good for the colors. As you can see, everyone is really beautiful and active. The Danios have returned to their top dwelling behaviors. So it is absolutely normal and fantastic actually, because they were used to swim at this level, but now they have returned to their more normal zone of dwelling, which is a good sign. I haven't seen them reproduce ever since, but that's normal. They only reproduce like in interval, so maybe in like a week or so they are going to start breeding again, even though I don't really get eggs or babies, and that's okay with me. So as you can see, that was one of the behaviors. So you have seen Ghost try to chase one of the fish. They kind of have started that since they are back in the aquarium. I'm not that worried about it, especially since all the other fish are now either too big or too quick to get eat. And yeah, the only fish I would be worried about is the checkered barbs, so the brown guy like here, woman actually, both are females. But yeah, they're fairly discreet fish, and Ghost and RP seems to be more interesting into chasing the gold barbs. But the gold barbs can really deal with it, and also they are way too big to get eat at this point. We can kind of see some breeding behavior right here, which is really interesting. Fun fact about the gold barbs, and I'm not sure if I have say it or not, but according to my observation of my 5 gold barbs, they kind of are loyal to their breeding pair. I mean, they kind of create some pair and breed together. So for example, Quasimodo is most likely going to always breed with the other one. Alright, well, right now they are kind of proving me wrong. But yeah, usually the 3 little yellowish guys, like those two, are most often seen breeding with each other's, while Charming and Quasimodo are usually breeding together, which is fairly interesting. I hope we can see kind of breeding behaviors. They are close to spawning, and I think you can kind of see that they are kind of getting side by side and just shaking. So this is rather interesting. I don't really see them nip at the corridoras that much. So this is Bandit, one of the 5 corridoras. There is also one of those little Corys right here, one of the 3 new ones, doing well. There is another one back there, and the others are like hiding. Oh yeah, we have Coco back there, sorry. So yeah, the gold barbs don't seem to bother them that much anymore. I believe it was just like a display of intimidation that they were going on, and now that they have settled their territory, they just have calmed down, and for some reason this gold barb seems to be always interested into swimming with the Daniels, but apart from him, most of the other gold barbs are actually schooling together. And yeah, sometime the yellowish one will swim with the Daniels, but I believe this one is like the oddball of the gold barbs, as I believe there is two couple, some breeding pairs or something. Even though they don't really create as strong as a breeding pair as cichlids, they are kind of loyal to themselves. And then he must be like the Omega or something, or he just like to school with Daniels for some reason. And the Daniels don't seem to mind him. I mean, even if they would, he is bigger and stronger than they are, so he kind of is up to be the alpha of the Daniels if he is the Omega of the gold barbs. So that is rather interesting. I wonder if I was putting more gold barbs in the aquarium, if that fish would still continue to be with the other gold barbs. Hi, Ghost. You were following my fingers, huh? Or the camera, actually. I like goldfish. They like to kind of swim and get all the attention. Well, obviously they are fish, they like to swim. Good job, Bob. So Stan, the Siamese algae eater, which is this little guy right here, is having a good time also. I was worried about the fact that there wasn't a lot of plankton and everything in Alphalux, which is called, since the aquarium was really scrapped out of all his algae and everything when we re-siliconed it. But apparently he is still doing really well. He's spending a lot of time on the decor, which is pretty normal, and he have a favorite spot, which is this Anubias right here. I always see him hanging back there, which is good because I used to always see him around the sponge filter. It's not a hiding fish, but since the sponge filter is way on the back there, I wasn't able to see him. But now that he is actually grazing on other decoration, it is easier for me to see him. And yeah, as I said, Siamese algae eater never hide. They are always active, always like looking for algae and everything. They do like planted aquarium, but they will be active. So if you want a nice little fish that you will see most of the time, compared to other fish like plecos and Chinese algae eater, the Siamese algae eater is a really good fish. It kind of reminds me of a red-tailed catfish. Even though I never had a red-tailed catfish, they really look similar. At least their body shape look pretty much the same. Where it is, or rather, where he is he? Oh well. Oh yeah, there we go. He's right there somewhere. Alright, well, he's camera shy right now, or just overworking. Oh, there we go. So yeah, you kind of look like a red-tailed catfish, but a bit like slimmer, I guess, and obviously with less of a nice coloration. But yeah, his black stripe and white belly and brown back is something interesting. So yeah, no problem with him. So last year I was looking for actually replacing him, since I thought I was buying some Otocinclus, but turns out it was two Siamese algae eater, and I didn't knew that fish. But yeah, I've kept him anyway due to circumstance. And the main problem with that fish that what I thought to be a problem was that I thought he needed really like more tropical water, but his range of temperature is 74 to 76 Fahrenheit, which is, well, you know, 76 is far from my range, but my temperature is around 73, 74, so we are actually in his range of temperature for the, well, at least most of the year. I'm not sure for right now because I don't have a heater, but he's doing fine. He's been eating and being active despite the heater being gone. I have removed the heater simply just because as a recommendation, as other people have given me, so goldfish should have like a bit of a cool down during winter, so they can have a prolonged lifespan. And most of the fish in the aquarium, if not all, are subtropical, so they can all really tolerate that. And since all the fish are also really hardy, they have no problem with that temperature, and as you can see, they all display really good behaviors. They are all active, even the Corydoras. Everyone is really active, even as active as during the summer. So yeah, I haven't really changed the diet during the winter that much. So yeah, I like my goldfish to be fat and happy. So, and even though I kind of feed them a lot, they aren't that fat. And actually, I don't feed them that much. I mean, I do. What I do is I do like to put a lot of algae waffle in the aquarium to feed everyone, but that's it. I mean, I give like 1 or 2 per day. Everyone is eating it. Everyone is enjoying it. It's mainly for the Siamese algae eater that I do that, but all the other fish love it. So everyone have an extra snack. But when I'm like, other than that, the regular food, so the flake food, the distributor of the automatic feeder doesn't give that much, so it's not that. I'm not really overfeeding them. Actually, I believe the automatic feeder is actually underfeeding the fish. This is why it allows me to give like a pellet or 2 of algae wafers as a treat, and all the fish seems to enjoy it. And yeah, as pretty much all the fish are scavenger in the aquarium, they do enjoy having some like several small meal a day rather than one big. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed all of that. That was like a big update on all the fish. All the fish seems happy, all the fish have colored up. Really love the Danios actually. At this point I really believe I'm good with only having 1 aquarium. I mean, I know for sure having more aquariums would be fun, and I know for sure one day I will, but at this point I'm not looking into like upgrading that aquarium. I'm pretty satisfied, but that's basically probably only due to the fact that I'm really like doing a lot of other stuff than fish keeping these days, so I don't really have that much time to spend thinking about the aquarium. But at one point when my mind will only have that to think about, yeah, we'll definitely want like 500 billion aquariums. But yeah, so far I love this aquarium. I really love the new background. I love the Danios actually. That's one of the last thing I want to say. I really learned to have enjoyed them quite a lot. And yeah, basically I'm kind of really satisfied with all the fish in the aquarium right now. I feel like I've kind of reached my goal, and now I'm enjoying it. And yeah, at one point having some guppies or something like that could be cool, or some platies here and there, just 1 or 2 extra fish here and there, to put more activity in the aquarium could be good. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the way the, oh sorry, that's my hand, I'm like whatever. I'm pretty satisfied with the look of the general look of the aquarium. So if Ghost can just stop and RP can stop trying to eat everyone, I think it will be pretty good. And yeah, by the way, oh actually I'm going to do a video about the next subject. Alright, so thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Oranda Power, and I'm going to do another one tonight. Actually, just a special one, and I think that one will get popular. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and see you all real soon. Ciao!